So let's skip the intro and go straight to my passive skill tree. I took the elemental damage in the beginning, then I went for the life and mana regeneration, all of these notes here. I went for Sentry and Rightness Decree. I went for Discipline and Training, Retribution, Elementalist, Light of Divinity and Devotion. I also have a Yule sock there, which are very important, this Yule here. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this Yule when we come to the items. And I have 2 of those Yules. You really need them for this build. I have Combat Stamina. Another Yule socket here. Increase my spell damage with dual wielding, and then cold damage. I have the big life wheel here. I also have, I went this way to Born to Fight. I don't need Born to Fight. The only thing this one gave me are the strength, but I just went this way because it's the fastest way. I went for Heart of the Warrior, Warrior's Blood, the armor, life and armor notes. And I went for Juggernaut, Barbarism, and I have Unwavering Stance. But again, I just want to take Born to Fight because it was the fastest route to get to Unwavering Stance. I continue up this way. I went for Purity of Flesh, Stoneweaver. Then I have a dexterity note here. You don't need this one if you have enough dexterity on your gear. I have Cruel Perception, Deep Thoughts, another Yule, and it says the Frozen Trail again. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. I have Dark Art, give a good amount of cast speed when I'm dual wielding, and also give me some dexterity, which I really need. And I have Heart of Ice and Breath of Rim. I also have Annihilation and Occultist Dominion. So this is pretty much my passive skill tree, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And for my Ascendancy tree, I ascended to, went for Agony of Pursue, I think it's called. Then went for Rightness Provide, whatever it's called. And Invincible Judgment, which I probably pronounced wrong. Invincible Judgment are amazing. When you crit, you ignore the enemy's resistance. So crit chance is really important for this build. So let's take a look at my items. I'm going to start by talking about the 2 Yules I'm using, which are Frozen Trail. When you have this in your passive skill tree and you have 40 intelligence allocated in this radius, you will gain 2 additional projectiles, and your projectile will travel 40% increase the projectile speed per second they are active. What this means, you can see right now I'm shooting just 1 projectile. If I'm putting these ones in the skill tree in this area here, and on this area up here on the witch, you can now see I'm firing 5 projectiles, which make this to an incredibly powerful Yule. So I really recommend getting that one, and it's really inexpensive. It costs like nothing in the league right now, so it's a really inexpensive game and it's incredibly powerful. For my actual weapon, I'm just using a highly crit chance dagger here for my spell. And if you can, try to get some spell damage on it, crit multiplier and crit chance for spell, as high as you can get. For my offhand, I'm just using Dorian's Catalyst, again a really cheap weapon, but really powerful. Give me some cast speed, crit chance, good amount of elemental damage, and the most important thing, elemental damage unleashes us life. So I will get back a small percentage of life when I dealing damage to enemy with elemental. For my helmet, I was using a defensive helmet, good life, good resistance, and good armor, what you're gonna look for your helmet. For my armor, just using this cycling armor here, which are nothing special, but give me some life, resistance, and a bit of armor. Same thing for my amulet, again, defensive amulet. Try to get some spell damage if you can afford and get it, and some crit multiplier or crit chance if you can. Same thing with my other ring, again, defensive, life, resistance, and some mana. I have 1 unique ring, which are gift from above, which again are really inexpensive, really cheap in the new league, and give you a good amount of crit chance, and overall a really powerful ring. And this one is a legacy one. The new version is even better than this one, so this is a bad version of the new one. So get a new one and you will love this ring. It's just a fantastic ring. For my gloves, I'm using Malagara's Virtue, again crit chance and crit multiplier, and also much needed dexterity. And for my belt, just a defensive belt, as much life as I can get, and the resistance. For my flask, just using an anti-bleeding flask, eternal flask, another internal flask with anti-freeze, and 2 crit flasks with 2 diamond crit flasks, and 1 quicksilver flask. So let's take a good look at my skill gem setups. My main damage skill are Frostbolt, and it is linked to faster casting, spell echo, increased critical strikes, increased critical damage, and Iron Will. If you don't have a 6-linked armor, just skip Iron Will and use all of these blue gems instead. I'm using 1 movement skill, which are Whirling Blade, and it is supported by faster attacks. I'm using 1 Curse Aura, which is Assassin's Mark, together with Blasphemy. And I'm also using Hail of Ice and Clarity. I'm using 1 Golem, which is Stone Golem, and it is linked to minion speed and minion life. I'm using 2 custom damage taken setup, which is custom damage taken linked to Frost Bomb, less duration, and increased AoE. And I use another one, which is custom damage taken linked to Immortal Call and increased duration. And finally, for the bandits, I helped and kill. In normal, I helped Oak to get life. In Cruel, I helped Alera to get the cast speed. And in Merciless, I just killed all of them and took the passive skill point. So let's see this character in action, and thank you all for watching. And before we go, my tool tilt DPS right now is 60,564.